Hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Today is kind of a fixing it discussion. Work with me, whatever you want to call it. I misunderstood the 52 books bingo, so I need to fix that. And I already think I fixed it, but I'll show you what I did. And then additionally, I didn't necessarily forget that I had two characters. I just didn't think about the fact that I needed to actually do two lightfalls, which is kind of strange because I'm usually like right on the fact that I need to do double for everything. But anyway, so let's jump in and you guys can kind of work with me or watch as I go through and make adjustments to December's reading planning. So, first off, book clubs. Nothing's there. I've already finished Christmas Party and Kiki Kalira, and I enjoy them both. Just as an aside, I have gotten Family Game in, and I have gotten Knight and Nightingale in, so I should be reading both of those just as an FYI. But and Service Model should be in soon. But the other ones, I don't know that I'm gonna get in time. I think Christmas to the Queen is currently like 6 to 8 weeks away before I can get it. So sometimes, of course, that significantly decreases, and I'm hoping that's what happens during December because a lot more people are home for a couple of weeks during the holidays and all that jazz. But it might work the other way around where less people are reading because they're super busy. So we will see. Anywho's, and then Christmas You Found Me, I wanted to use this for a couple of different challenges, and it is still looking at 6 to 8 weeks before I get it. So we will make some adjustments likely as we go through. And that's sort of the only reason I'm really looking at this page because nothing there changes. And then nothing is going to change here other than the fact that I don't know if I'm going to get this new release in time. But since it is for Herkyet, if I don't finish it, it can move into January. It's fine. I would have liked to have finished it in December because then I would be like up to date and I could finish all of Herkyet except for the things that are still in the future, like the secret prompts and the new releases from 2026. But if I don't and I have one that I need to catch up with, it's not that big of a deal moving into 2026. So, FYI on that. So then we get into Lightfall. So I have 2 pages of Lightfalls here. And yes, I technically have all 8 for each, 16 different books that I could potentially read. But I don't know about you, but I cannot finish 16 books in 7 days, especially when I'm going to be with my family some of those days, and it's just not really possible. So, what I'm planning on doing right now, well, once I look at the rest of them and then come back to this one, is sort of try to consolidate a little bit and say, okay, do I have any books that can fit multiple ones? And I want to try to get down to like 7 or 8 books. So it's still a challenge, but it's not, 16 books because that's even for me a little excessive. So anyways, so I'll come back to that in just a second. Finishing yearly challenges, obviously none of this changes. I'm having a little trouble getting Sugar Creek Christmas, so I may end up having to switch that one out. We'll see. But I've already gotten Fellowship of the Ring and Xenocide in, so I should be able to read those. This one is also one that I don't know if I'm going to get in time. I may have to switch to another one that happens in DC. It was always going to be sort of like that right on the edge. Am I going to get it in time? And if I don't, then I will pick another one from DC. Same for Arkansas. I need to finish it, so I will. It won't be necessarily what I wanted to read if I can't get the ones in. Oh well, we will see. So the bingo, the one that I did not do correctly. So I misunderstood, and I did put a note on the actual December plan original video out there that said, hey, I misunderstood. It should have been one book or for each of 3 prompts rather than one book for 3 prompts, if that makes sense. Like I went back and listened and I was like, that doesn't make sense. How could I just do one book for the entire thing? Like Anyway, I went back and listened, and it made more sense to do one book for each. And I only needed to do technically one bingo. But you know me, if I get a couple extra done, I will. And right now, Airbound is on my list of needing to read, and so is Feels Like Home. So I will definitely get 2 bingos. And these are the only ones I'm not sure if I will get in time, because Mating Game I may not get. And at Christmas You Found Me I may not get. Sugar Christmas I may not get, which is most of the Christmas ones I was planning on reading for Christmas, like week of Christmas, which is a little sad. But all 3 of these I'm sort of leaving it up to myself. If I get there and I still am not going to get them by the end of December, that last week there, then I will sort of allow myself to pick some other ones. But for now, that's sort of where I'm at. Now, baked goods, I ended up picking Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which I do already have from the library. I found it on Hoopla. So I am going to get that one knocked out probably in the next couple of days. So it will be just these 3 that maybe need to be changed. And then nothing here can really change other than maybe I won't get these 2 finished. Everything else here will be finished. So in order to obviously finish the challenges that I'm working on. So then back over to Lightfall. The first thing I did was I changed from reading a very long book, which was originally Fellowship of the Rings, to Fable, which is 8 hours an audiobook. So I can finish that in like 4 hours if I do double speed, which that's my standard. Is usually double speed when I'm working through them, especially if I'm not doing anything else, because it helps me focus better. So that one is fine. Bear and the Nightingale and Family Game I already have, and they won't go away before here, so I should be fine. This one is available. I already have this one, like I said. So I have all of these ones here. The ones I'm most problematic are this one and this one. But I would like to sort of combine. So I'm going to copy, and we're going to call this one, instead of putting this on there, I guess I can say Elenis. And then let's see what I can move around. So a winter setting can also be my blue cover. So I can literally scroll down and find these ones, because these ones were done before I started working on all the stuff for Herkid 1.0 and for next year's 52 Books Challenge. And I was trying to figure out what I already have on my TBR. So I've got a bunch of books on here. I feel like I scrolled too far. Could I probably just replace it? Can I do that? No, I won't do it. I will just replace it if I need to and just delete and put it back in, but I would ideally like to drag and drop. It's much easier. Did I already put it where, because I already got it in? I did. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, so much as I hate that, we're going to do this. And then I'm pretty sure Bear and the Nightingale is a standalone. We will check. It is not it is part of a trilogy. Okay, glad I checked. And it came out in 2017, so it's also not a new release, and it's not a white cover. It's not cozy. Does it have a 4-star rating? Let's find out. Actually, I don't know how. It does have a 4-star rating, 4.08. So we can do that one too, because this year's Lightfall doesn't need a different one for every single thing, which is amazing. How many pages does it have? It's 322 pages. Oh, but okay, so I'm still going to end up reading most of these books that I'm getting rid of because they're already on. So, like, I am going to read Fable at some point, but maybe not this month. But I am reading Service Model, so maybe I'll put that on my other one. I don't know. All right, so Cinnamon Bun Bookstore is definitely not a standalone. I feel like this one probably is a standalone. And I'm just literally looking it up on the other screen, what you saw from. It is, but it's not fiction, so I feel like, does that still fit the standalone? Because the standalone would be like more fiction, right? I'm not sure. All right, so then let's go over here and make a copy of this one as well and bring it over and call this one Kira, because I might be able to move some things around. So, for example, I would like to still read the Family Game, which does have a winter setting, so I can bring that down. I don't need to necessarily read all of them. And the Family Game, I already looked up. It is actually, I didn't look that one up. It was the other one I looked at, the Christmas, where is it? Christmas Party. That one I thought was going to be a standalone, but it is not. There are two others. So I will probably read that one at some point. Family Game is standalone. At least it looks like it. So move that over here. And how many pages? Let's go to editions, because I pulled up the audiobook edition, and that fits there too. Okay, I'm already feeling so much better, because I was literally like freaking out a little bit about how I was going to get through all of those books. Because I can't do all of those books and finish all the other things. I just can't. I could take a week off of work, and that would work, but I can't do that either. I used a ton of time off because I went to Japan, so. Alright, so where is the Strawberry Patch Pancake? That is definitely gonna fall into the cozy, I am pretty sure. Let's go quick Google. Is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House cozy? I'm pretty sure it will be because, yes, it says it is. Described as cozy and romantic. Not a physical pancake house. Good to know. Thank you. Thank you so much, Google. All right, so then, I really only have a couple. Let's see, Strawberry Patch Pancake House. When are you rated? Strawberry Patch Pancake House, if I can say that multiple times. Open. Not 4+. Okay, that's fine. I mean, Family Game is also not 4-star. So right now I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4 books for this one, which is half. That's nice. And then over here, I'm not going to get Mating Game, so I do need to replace that. And my standalone I need to replace, which my standalone I could definitely pull the one I have over here. But most of these is beyond that. Let's see. Standalone. And when am I getting that from the library? While I'm here, let's just make sure I'm not in the same pickle that I was in with a couple of the other ones. Beyond that, the sea. Yes, I can get that immediately. So that could be what I choose for my standalone. And this one I'd rather read than this one just because I needed to knock it out for another priority read. So you can see it over here. It's under historical. It's a historical fiction, and I did not do great with doing my historical fiction reads this year. So getting this one knocked out would be absolutely lovely. So I think that's what I will do. Where are we at? It's already there. Why am I? Okay. So I still need something that came out this year in order to fill the spot for mating game because it's probably not going to come in time. And I also still need a standalone. Oh, yeah, no, I can't do that because I was going to keep it on the 4 stars. That's what I was planning on doing. I do indeed talk to myself. But now I'm talking to you guys, so it works. Okay, let's see. When did Cinnamon Bun? I don't think that one came out this year. I'm pretty sure it did not come out this year. I'm pretty sure it came out last year. It did. It came out last year. So that won't work. And this one did not come out this year. I am 99% sure, but I will just check. Yeah, no, that came out last year as well. Alright, well let's see what I've got coming up in the next week from the library and or already will have that maybe could fit there. Nope, that was from last year too. I'll move this over so you can see what I'm doing at the same time. I am literally just looking at books that are either already in my lineup. Pretty sure this isn't this year. No, that's so long. That's a while ago. Yeah, just double checking. No, that's also not gonna. I know for sure that one's not. Okay, so then we're going over to holds. And can I do this by expected next? Okay. And I don't want to pick anything that I'm planning on reading in January. And that's the other problem, is because I've literally already gone in and made a bunch of adjustments for being able to Herkid 1.0 and 52 Book Club, and I don't really want to change those, so I'm trying to pick things that are available soon on my list. I mean, I could do... No, that's not... I'm pretty sure that didn't come out. Pretty sure this is an older one. Yeah, 2020. And if I end up picking something and y'all are like, pick this other one instead, it's so much better, and I can get it that quickly because I only have like a week and a half until, well, it's almost 2 weeks. Nope. Then let me know. I'm pretty sure that is not a word, Heather. That will not work. Okay, so once I check everything that's already on its way. Oh yeah, because no, mating game is now 12 weeks. There is like, I feel like it was 8 and now it's 12. Okay, and everything else on here is longer than that. So next we need to go look at the priority reads and see if there's anything here. Like, when did Grimstone come out? I could technically read that. I need to read it. 2023, so that will not work. I still need to read it though. Do I have the Christmas You Found Me on my list? Yeah, that is literally the one I'm replacing. Because it's not going to be in time. I will tell you how long it's going to be in. Christmas You Found Me. Because I do actually want to read it if I'm going to get it in time. And... Come on. It says 6 weeks. So the likelihood is it's probably not going to be during this, during the mid-month. I may get it by the end of the month, but I'm not going to get it most likely, unless a lot of people like suspend it for some reason. It's not likely going to happen. Okie dokie. And I already checked Merriest Misters and Christmas and the Queen as well, and that's not going to happen. So, this one needs to actually go pink because I have it right now. It's the wrong pink heather. It should be the next one down. This is done. Keep picking the wrong colors. Let's see. I did finish this already. So let's do that. Silver cloak. Can I get that in time? Wish I could bring my phone up so y'all could see what I'm looking at, but I don't know how to easily do that. I'm using OSB, and I probably could get that on my phone, but I don't know how to like connect the two to where I could go back and forth between the two. I will have to look and see if that is something that's doable. When is this one available? Several months. I should still put it on hold. So I'll go ahead and put that on hold, but it's going to be a while before I get it. And all the things I have on here on red are ones that I've already put on Herkid 1.0. I didn't go in yet and do all the ones that I put on 52, because 52 books, I am much more likely to move things around because they're individual prompts rather than like groups of prompts. And I just know myself, I tend to be a little more loose with that one. Herkid and Pop Sugar are ones that I am much more likely to pick something, or at least some of the Herkid ones, not all the Herkids, but Pop Sugar I'm likely to like deep dive on a prompt specifically and go find a book and get that book eventually. So I'm probably not going to start Pop Sugar in earnest until it's been a couple of months into the year, just because I've got too much going on with other prompts, and I won't have the space on holds from my library to do so. I don't think any of these came out this year. So scrolling down. Those definitely did not come out this year. I'm pretty sure this did not come out, and I don't think this one came out this year. Before I say no, though, let me just double check. No, 2021. Classics won't, school reading won't have. I've owned this one for at least 3 years, so definitely not now. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this in time, but just curious. Was it done in 2025? Oh, I should probably delete everything after it because it's not going to show up. Okay. Pirate's Life for Tea 2023. No. Okie dokie. Maybe we come back to that one then. And I need a standalone outside of this one because that's not going to work. So I could pull this one, Room for Two, which is, I picked this one because it was a fairly short contemporary romance, and usually those are a little faster to get. But I could also choose either of these guys because they're individual and they are interesting. At least they interested me. I don't read a ton of autobiographies and biographies, but I feel like I've read more in the last 2 years than I have in probably the past decade, just because there's a whole lot more available that are a little bit more easily, I guess, like, you don't have to think too hard. You just sort of listen, and it's more relatable. That's the word. Relatable. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will choose the Anna Kendrick one for the standalone. And then if I get it in time, I'll switch it back. And that may be what we do. When did that come out? Let's find out. (2016). What about the other Gilmore Girl? Did that come out this year? Did I misspell? Or the third? The third Gilmore Girl. 2024. Keep finding 2024s. like, I don't think anything else on here is necessarily. Maybe it's just stuff that I want to read. Maybe that's what we look at. Okay. So let's go check out my want to read tags. Which a lot of them are already allocated to prompts for next year. And I know this isn't probably super interesting, so I apologize for that, but I knew I needed to change it, so I figured I will sort of chat and see how... I can't talk and look at the same time, apparently. Sorry, guys. When is Christmas? You found me. I said it was 6 more weeks. Yeah. What about How to Outwit a Wizard? When did that come out? Somebody out there is yelling at me and being like, this is a fabulous book. You should totally choose this book through the screen. And I'm just like, I can't hear you, unfortunately. Please put it in the comments. I may end up leaving it and saying, we'll fix it later. That way you're not having to watch like me look for hours for a book that just particularly fits a new release option. So please let me know if you know a new release. It'd be awesome if it was a new release and a standalone. Then that would be cool. Or that's probably it. Or a really good white cover. Like, I will end up reading both of those at some point, but I don't know that I really want to read 2 autobiographical books in the same month. That seems, especially in the same week. So let me know if you know of a good new release, a good standalone that's not super long. Probably like 300s pages, 400s pages, but probably no longer than that just because there's so much to read that week. And then if you know of a good white cover. So we went from 16 down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at this point. I would like to get it down to 8. So I would like to choose one book that can be 2 prompts, if at all possible. That way I'm reading, I can read a couple of books on the plane, because we're taking planes going both directions, and then probably like a half a book a day. So I think that I can probably get through 8 books. It'll be a stretch at some points, but I think I can do it. So let me know if you have any suggestions for those. And again, I wish that I had realized my mistake before I did the original, but I apologize, and we've done a quick video of how this process goes. To be honest, it is usually at least as chaotic, if not worse, because every month is a little bit crazy, but it's not usually done all at once. I'll usually like go and do a chunk of something and then come back to it and do a chunk. So as an example, let me bring over no, that's not the one I wanted. Hold on. That was the December reading update. I want to open my January planning page. January. Here we go. So, obviously, I've already put in all the books that are for the reading clubs for January. And then I'll end up doing a planning the month with all of those books on it. But this is how the initial kind of works when I'm working on it. So for 52 book club, I went ahead and I made one with all of the challenge prompts. And then I went through doing the same thing, saying, hey, what do I have that's going to be coming available in the next couple of months from my library? What is already on my priorities list? So you'll see quite a few things on the priority list. You're like, oh, I recognize that book. Oh, I recognize that book. Most of them were eaten up by Herkia, but you see the things we cannot say is here. Which, does that mean I need to switch? No, that was beyond that. See. So there's that one that was on the priorities list. And then I also checked my series tracker for things that were prioritized. So I have priority list of anything that's coming out that I want to do. Same thing for things that are up to publication at the moment, but they were going to be coming up. But yeah, so that's sort of how I do these generally, and they take a lot of time, and I didn't know if you guys would be interested in watching me go a little crazy. In Pop Sugar, you can literally see I've only done 3 at this point, and they were either ones that are already being used on another challenge, or just were TBRs that I'm going to be getting from my library soon. Anywho's, I haven't had a lot of time on that, and I don't plan on doing all of my planning before the year starts. But whew, it's been a fun week for planning. I really enjoy the planning. I don't know about you guys, but like planning. Let me pop back over to just me. Planning is half the fun. My husband absolutely does not like to plan when he is figuring out what he's going to read next. He doesn't like challenges, really. He doesn't he's like, I just want to pick up a book and read it. I don't want to think about it too hard. I don't want to have to only read books that are part of a challenge or have anything help me decide when I'm reading. I want to be like, that's interesting, and pick it up and start reading. And I'm like, I totally get that. I do. But I have so much fun actually sitting down and looking at the challenge. I mean, like, what do I have that can fit there? What can I potentially find that would fit into this section? And I feel like it helps me read a bit more broadly rather than necessarily just genres that I already enjoy or just authors I already know, etc. As an example, I would probably never have read what is the name of the first book? The J.K. Nemson's is the precursor to Obelisk Gate. And it's not J.K., it's N.K. N.K. Jemisin. Apparently I cannot speak. But the first one of this, I probably would not have picked it up. It just, I'd never heard of it before, and I absolutely loved it. I gave it 4 stars. I immediately put the next one, this is the 5th season, I immediately put the next one on my list. Made me very happy to have read that. It's one of the ones I wanted to explain. So when I am like really into a book, I am like, okay, babe, I need you to listen to me explain this book. And he's like, is this a phenomenal book or a weird book, or is it a book that I'm not going to be interested in? And then he knows like what types of questions to ask to be able to like still be engaged, and it makes me really happy. But that was one that throughout the book I'd be like, hey, this just happened. He'd be like, okay, cool. What do you think is going to happen next? And it was one I kept bringing up because it was making me really happy to read it. So, anywho's, I will see you guys next time. Again, sorry for the craziness. Hopefully this isn't too boring. If it is, I won't do it again. Not a big deal. Or I'll adjust it and be like, okay, we're only going to be doing it like the first time and not adjusting things. But anyways, let me know and have a great holiday season. Bye.